Paul, a lot still to be decided, of course, but one thing's for sure, that's the last home league game of the season, and what a way to finish.
Yeah, we obviously had the most perfect start, and then I thought first 15 minutes thought we was electric, but didn't get the second goal, which wasn't so important at half time. But the second half we did all we could. We scored 3 goals. I think that's our 7th clean sheet in 9 games. I think we're on a hell of a run of form. And now there's no ifs and ands. It's set in stone what we've got to do next week. So I think it's great. I think for us to be where we are with a game to go after the club's nearly gone out of existence last year. I think I've signed 31 players. There's been lots of comings and goings. And I think to take it down to the last game, I think it's tremendous. So I'm excited. I can't wait. I wish it was tomorrow.
So as it stands to anyone who watch this, at the moment there's just 2 goals separating your side from Truro. You always said that you felt that this title race was going to go to the last kick of the season, and it looks like you're going to be spot on.
Yeah, it's been too tight for too long, hasn't it? And by the way, it's not just us and Truro who can still win the league. So there's an awful lot to play for. And I've said for a long time, I think last 5 minutes of the last game, and it looks like that's going to be the case.
Looking back on the game, obviously Jordan Dyer got that early goal. How important do you think that early goal was?
Well, I think it settled down, settled everyone down. The atmosphere was electric. It was unbelievable. And then we were so front-footed and free-flowing. We just, I think if we'd got a second one within the next 10 minutes of the first, I think we could have gone on and on. But no, we've created umpteen chances, and we've missed some real sitters, and our shooting from the edge of the box has been poor again. Decision making at times wasn't great, but the players have given everything they've got. We've picked up a couple of injuries today, which is unfortunate. Jordan Dyer, Matt J. So we'll have to assess them. But listen, the boys have done all they can today to, we took it to the last game, and it's going to be a hell of a day, hopefully.
Obviously, getting 3 goals is a big boost. It helps the goal difference apart from anything else. But how important is the clean sheet as well? Because when it's 1-0, obviously, to keep that lead ahead, you need to keep that.
We spoke about at half time. Obviously, listen, we looked at the results. We knew, I think Worthing were winning 1-0 and Truro were 0-0. So we spoke about, we knew we'd have to go and score the second goal, but we felt like our fitness would come into it after 65, 70 minutes. We saw that Weymouth only had 1 sub on the bench, and that proved to be the case. And that's when we scored our second and our third. But and Truro have gone and scored very, very late away at Western. So it's I think we played well today. I think we've done everything that we possibly could do. And yeah, it's a tinge of disappointment, but I'm very proud of the boys. Very, very proud.
Is the tinge of disappointment regarding the other results or regarding the game?
No, because we have no control over that. There's if Worthing and Truro had both won today, and it is what it is. We can't control that. I would like to have scored a couple more goals, but that's going to be really obvious to say because everyone says, well, we're 2 goals down on Truro, and I'm saying we'd like to have scored a couple more goals to make it even. But I just felt like there was chances there for us to score. I don't think it was lack of desire. I don't think it was lack of, a little bit of lack of quality and a decision, that final little bit of calmness, that little bit of decision making. But I've got no negativity towards the players whatsoever. I thought that even at the end they're trying. The crowd are right behind us, and any other day 3-0 home's a good result, isn't it?
5,500 here at Playmore.
Fantastic.
The biggest for this club at this level, biggest attendance of the season, and what an atmosphere.
Honestly, I don't go out onto the pitch for the warm-ups, but I could hear it in the change room. And then when we scored, it was electric. When we could, it's goosebumps, and stick with us. And they've got a massive, massive part to play next week. As many as they can, as many of them as can be, get to the game and cheer us on.
The 2 main awards from the club have just been dished out as well. Young Player of the Year, Sam Dreyer, and the Player of the Year in Jordan Young. Quick word on both those?
Well, I think it's both very deserving. There's been a lot of standout performers this season, I think, and it'd be wrong of me to single out any one of them, but I couldn't disagree with both of them, and fully deserved. It's always nice to get personal accolades in football.
5 days to go before one more cup final.
One more cup final, yeah.
Cheers, Paul.
Top man.